starts now.
Good evening, everyone. One person is dead after a mobile home fire in Lowndes County this afternoon.
Our Quentin Smith is at the scene and joins us live now with the very latest on the investigation. Quentin.
Yeah, Andre, I'm here at Air Base Mobile Estates just off of Highway 373, and it was this mobile home here behind me that caught fire earlier today. It's an emotional scene out here right now as family members are on scene going inside the home trying to see what all they can salvage. On your TV screen is video from the scene earlier today. Investigators say the fire does not appear to be criminal in nature. Now, at this time, the victim's name still has not been released. The coroner is still waiting to notify family members. However, we do know the victim is an elderly man and he is in his late 60s. Right now, the cause of the fire is still unknown and is currently under investigation. We're going to continue to follow this story and bring you the latest details as they become available. But for now, reporting live in Lowndes County, Quentin Smith, WCBI News.
It's not often a shooting suspect and the victim both end up in jail, but it happened after an apartment complex shootout in Lowndes County this past weekend. Benny Harris is charged with aggravated assault. Meanwhile, the victim, Edwin Williams, is charged with possession of a stolen firearm and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Williams was out on parole at the time of the shooting. Investigators say the shooting happened early Saturday morning at 169 Applewood Drive. Deputies believe Harris and Williams got into an argument. When Williams went to leave, shots were fired and he was hit in the thigh. Williams returned fire, but no one was struck. The stolen gun was from Starkville. Williams was treated and released from the hospital.
The Monroe County Sheriff's Department identifies a person of interest in a string of break-ins in the county. Now they're asking for your help to find him. Investigators are looking for Shadrick Ware in connection with those crimes. His last known address was on Matubba Street in Aberdeen. If you know where Shadrick Ware is, call the Monroe County Sheriff's Department. The number is there on your screen.
Lockdowns seem to be becoming a more common occurrence at area schools, and when they happen, parents certainly have safety concerns.
Our Riley Livingston talks with law enforcement and educators to find out how they protect students. She joins us in the studio with that story. Riley.
Thanks, Andrea. School lockdowns happen every day across the country. Sometimes they are caused by simple things as rumors, and other times there is a real threat. Whatever the reason, the goal is the same.
Last week, this school went into lockdown twice. The situations triggering those actions were different, but the goal was the same.
Our biggest concern is going to be student and staff safety. So anytime that we get any type of threat, any type of incident that we feel like that there could breach safety concerns in the school, we want to go ahead and err on the side of caution and put the school in lockdown.
Schools go into lockdown when there is a chance that harm could come to the student body.
It could be a bomb threat. It could be a threat of a student that we had last week here in Aberdeen bringing a gun to school or a knife or something that could hurt other children. Those are your major things. Anything that would cause someone to have bodily injuries or get hurt is the reason that they lock school campuses down.
In these situations, students and teachers have to work together to remain safe and calm.
Are there shades over the window? Or is everyone turning out the light? Is there a second method of not just a lock on the door, maybe a wedge underneath the door to keep from other entry? Are the students hiding against the wall where you can't see in? And is everyone being quiet?
During a lockdown, no one is allowed in or out of the building. For parents, not being able to get to their children can be stressful.
I tell them to remain calm, to try to look at it from a very positive standpoint that the school's doing everything that they can possibly do to make sure that these kids are as safe as they can be.
In these situations, social media can be a very useful tool for administrators. It allows them to keep parents and the public in the loop.
We ended up sending a alert to the parents of the middle school. Then we sent an alert for an all clear.
No matter the reason for the lockdown, the school is just looking to keep students safe.
It's a good thing to be overcautious than undercautious.
Scott Cantrell says schools in Monroe County are always in what he calls a soft lockdown. Teachers keep their doors locked except during class changes, adding some extra security to their classrooms.
All right, Riley in our studio with that story. Certainly a reason for parents to be concerned. Time now for a first look at our forecast. We'll turn it over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Summer weather out there today, Andrea, and right now we are still mostly sunny. The sun getting lower on the horizon there in Tupelo with our Alpha Insurance camera. 91 degrees the current temperature. Very warm for this time of the year still at this hour. So extremely toasty here as we close out the day. 84 at 7, into the mid-70s by 11. Look at this. We're mostly clear all evening long. Lows tonight down to around 70, upper 60s to around 70. Mostly sunny and another warm day tomorrow, about 94 degrees. So my advice to you is to keep on watering. We do have some spotty rain chances later this week, but a warm end to summer. Your full forecast in just a few minutes.
A Starkville manufacturing plant is sending help to victims of Hurricane Florence. Southwire will begin accepting donations this week through its Project Gift Collection Drive. The company will have a truck parked at Walmart in Starkville Wednesday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. The public is encouraged to drop off donations that will then be sent to those impacted by the storm.
People need just about anything you can imagine, everything from canned goods to cleaning supplies to hand wipes to baby supplies. Again, just about anything that you can think of, people are going to have a need for those.
Southwire launched Project Gift in 2005 after Hurricane Katrina. Last year, they sent 3 trucks of supplies to the Houston area after Hurricane Harvey.
Hurricane Florence leaves extensive damage in the Carolinas. Now cleanup is starting. Topping the list for many is getting the lights turned back on. Workers from Tombigbee Electric Power Association went to the Carolinas over the weekend to help make that happen. The linemen from Tombigbee joined utility workers from 13 states pitching in on recovery efforts.
Well, the budget talks are already beginning 3 months before lawmakers go to the state capitol. The Joint Legislative Budget Committee today held hearings to begin the process of writing a state spending plan for the 2020 budget year. Lieutenant Governor Tate Reeves says he hopes state agency leaders will have a plan to save within their respective departments.
It's one of the things that we've tried to drive for the last 7 years is don't just come in and ask for more money, more money, more money every single year. Come in and tell us how you can save taxpayers' money. Come in and show us, prove to us that you're spending taxpayers' money just like you would spend your own, and then we may look at funding some strategic initiatives that make sense long term.
Mississippi's current budget is just over $6 billion.
Mississippi University for Women students receive a living American history lesson today. The school hosted several events for Constitution Day. There were readings of this historic document, a photo booth, and trivia games. Students could also register to vote. All publicly funded education institutions must provide some type of program for American Constitution Day. Organizers say it's important for students to know why the nation's founding fathers created the document and why it's still important today.
Learn to think of it as a contract. It's a pretty simple concept. You know, the Constitution is the contract that binds us together as a society. And, you know, we don't always have to love everything that's in the Constitution. That's why there's an amendment process. We can fix it if there's something in it we don't like, but we have to have agreement on basic issues to have a government that functions and can be seen as legitimate by the people.
The U.S. Constitution was signed on September 17th, 1787.
Well, you know, it's never too early to start planning your future.
Some area high school students are taking steps towards the next stop on their education journey when we come back.
watching WCBI News at 6 with Andrea Sept and Joey Barnes.
Welcome back. The new superintendent of the Columbus Municipal School District gets a first-hand look at some of the area's higher learning options today. Dr. Cherie Labatt toured the campus of Mississippi University for Women, meeting with administrators and faculty. Labatt says it's a chance to strengthen bonds between the city schools and higher education.
It's been exciting. It was a great opportunity to talk to the education department about potential partnerships to build the capacity of our teachers in the Columbus Municipal School District. We also talked about resources and using the research-based programs at the W to support not only our teachers but our administrators and our school district.
A community reception was held immediately following today's tour.
It's one-stop shopping for local high school students considering their post-graduation options. The Mississippi School for Mathematics and Science partnered with other high schools in Columbus and Lowndes County for a college fair today. Colleges and universities throughout the region set up booths at the Charter Convention Center. Representatives talked to prospective students about the school's academic programs and campus extracurricular activities. It was a chance for students to begin the college search or, in some cases, narrow their choices.
We want them to understand that they have a lot of choices out there as far as universities go and the workforce. So we've offered them junior colleges as well as four-year universities and colleges. We want them to know that there are small schools they can go to as well as larger schools.
It's really helpful and informational, especially since I'm really I'm a senior and I'm looking at colleges and deciding where I want to go.
More than 50 colleges and universities participated.
Great weather as we head on into the evening. The sun getting lower on the western horizon. It will be a great Monday night, and we stay warm for the next couple of days. The full forecast is next.
Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
I love the way the sky looked today. These friendly cumulus clouds. Notice how they're more flat than tall. Some fairly stable air out there. It is warm/hot for September. A big area of high pressure will continue to control our weather for the next few days, and that means more sunshine, some friendly clouds, more heat. So we're going to forecast about 94 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The average right now about 85 degrees, and as we get into the weekend, fall officially starts Saturday evening. We're still going to be trending above the average around 90 degrees here, even into next week. No big push of cool fall air anytime soon, but our rain chances will actually go up a little bit later this week. So if you're looking forward to that, that's the only thing I have to offer you right now. No fall air. You can see that right now, temperatures in the 80s and 90s, but at least we do have some rain opportunities later this week. Lows tonight down into the upper 60s to around 70. The wind will go calm. Here's our planner for tomorrow, 7 o'clock. If you're up early, it's going to be pretty nice, about 69, 70 degrees, tons of sunshine. Head out to the patio for a little coffee in the morning. Upper 80s by noon, 94 at 4 o'clock, 84 again tomorrow evening. Mostly clear skies tomorrow evening. I say this, if you're up early or up after sunset, it's actually pretty nice, but during the heating of the day, this time of year with this dry air, we do have some toasty temperatures here. Low to mid 90s, about 93, 94 in Tupelo, 94, 95, give or take in the Golden Triangle area. Some spots a little bit cooler, perhaps 92, 93, but a warm day for us, partly cloudy, winds from the north and northeast at about 4 to 8 miles per hour. Here's the big picture, the remnant low of Florence now moving across the Appalachians. We are in its wake, so no active weather around here. And actually, the jet stream is well to the north. That's where it's going to be for the rest of the week into next week. Maybe by the end of next week, we'll have something different to show you as far as that is concerned. But right now, the active storm track well to our north. And here's our futurecast. It's picking up on the chance for some showers and storms closer to the coast tomorrow and back across western Arkansas. Probably same story here on Wednesday. Better chances of rain closer to the coast and some spotty showers and storms back to the west. Probably Thursday too, although you see a little bit of green here. Can't rule out a stray shower or storm Thursday, but better odds with that front as it gets a little bit closer. It's not going to really move through here this weekend, but at least it will tap into a little bit of moisture. There's a little upper air disturbance that will zip on through the region, so we're hopeful that there will at least be some spotty storms around here for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. That will cool things down a little bit and maybe stop some of you from watering your plants in your yard, but we'll see. Right now for the next couple of days, though, a lot of sunshine, lots of heat.
The Rebels have reflected and now they're ready to go. Hear from both teams. Talk about week 4 coming up next.
Testing 1, 2, 3 sports, blah, 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 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Your WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
Nick Fitzgerald proved that he came to play in Saturday's contest against Louisiana Lafayette. 14 passes for 243 yards, 15 carries for 107 yards, and 4 touchdowns was plenty to prove that after coming back from injury, Fitzgerald, shaking off any remaining rust, is just that. And he's just getting started.
It falls in line with the thought process of him knocking some of the rust off and just getting back again. And you could say that the injury is not a factor, but if anyone, obviously everyone's seen it, something of that nature for a guy to come back from that and feel comfortable. I think he's going to continue to get better and better in every week. And I think there's a fine line, but I think he also has a great knack and feel and awareness for when the pocket's collapsing and he's exhausted his progressions and there's no longer a option to throw the ball. Extending plays and scrambling. I think he had a couple key scrambles on third down.
Ole Miss fell hard this past week to a rock-solid Alabama team in a disappointing loss. The Rebels only managed 1 touchdown while the defense struggled to limit the Crimson Tide offense. After a couple of days, Ole Miss has had time to reflect on the loss and determine what exactly went wrong in that 62-7 loss.
I think just energy and focus and confidence in making a play. There was a play in the second half where Benito Jones made a play and it changed the sideline. And that is infectious, but so are the big plays. And so we have to find a way to capture that and bottle that up and make that who we are and make that our calling card.
The biggest thing I'm disappointed in is giving up the explosive plays early. That's what we have to improve on. But there are some individual improvement, but now we need overall improvement to eliminate the explosive plays and not wait until halftime to come out and play.
What better way to shake off the Monday blues than with some highlights from this past week's end zone? Week 5 giving us lots of action. Here's our top 5 plays. We'll start off at number 5, Water Valley's Jacob Truss. You give the man the out, and trust me, he's going to go ahead and find it. Truss is going to go 60 yards for the carry into the red zone before he gets stopped out of bounds. And you got to work on bringing that guy down because he won't stop. Number 4 now, Sam France. He's going to sneak the ball to Ty Hall so quickly you can barely even see him do it. But after that, he's going to be hard to miss and also hard to catch for Wes Lowndes. He's going to take it all the way into the end zone for the score. A big play for the Hamilton Lions that night. Number 3 now, New Hope, their quarterback, John Miller, on the keeper. And he's going to make this look so easy. Finds an open lane and is going to take it, not looking back, gets into the house for the score. You can't stop those Trojans. Number 2 now, this Merle game, folks, it was nuts, and AI Nugent is going to show us why. He takes the handoff, finds the room, and he's going to be off for the 60-yard score. He would extend the lead 15-0 over Hickory Flat, eventually getting the win later on. And number 1, I call this the Aberdeen Easy because Fred Fields back at it again with the pass to Tay Johnson, and they just make this look so simple into the end zone for a great touchdown there. That's going to be it for sports. We'll have your last look coming up after the break. Stick with us.
It's still summer.
No.
And
is.
That
I know.
forecast reflects that.
It does. So don't argue with these temperatures because it is still summer. Now, fall officially begins Saturday evening. We'll trend things down a little bit by the weekend, but right now it is blazing hot.
So we can take issue with this after this weekend.
We can. Next week we can have
Officially.
discussion. Right now, not so much.
Okay.
Right now we're just dreaming of
Yes.
cooler temperatures.